Hi everyone. Hello, hi, welcome back to my little bookish channel. I'm Ali and I am in bed. It is evening when I'm filming this. Welcome to my June TBR. I'm so excited about this month. I don't know why I have such high expectations for the month, but I do. So let's talk about what I want to read, I think. I truly feel as though most of the books that I want to read in June have been influenced by the fact that I finished reading The Door by Magda Szabo in May. Then I read I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman also in May. Wrap up will be coming soon, I promise. But I think I wanted a bit more of like the weird books. So let's just talk about some of these books. Okay, so I should have been a bit more prepared, but some flow on from my TBR from May that I didn't get to. I really want to read Universality by Natasha Brown. I am going into this not really knowing much. All I know is that there's not a scene of a crime, but like something happens as a result of like with this gold bar, and it kind of erupts from there. Knowing Natasha Brown, it's going to be very like sort of the everyday reality of ordinary people who are most likely not the greatest. Natasha Brown does really incredible, well, I'm basing this off The Assembly, but The Assembly was so carefully written. Every word was so deliberate. I'm kind of expecting the same here. I love the conciseness of Natasha Brown's writing. I think it just makes it all the more punchy. So excited for that. And then another one from my May TBR. Excuse me, for some reason, all of a sudden, I'm a bit sniffly. Hasn't happened all day. But this is Death Valley by Melissa Broder. I love this cover. I think it's so fabulous because it's a cactus, but it looks like a tear. I don't know much about this book either. All I know is it's about a woman, goes to the California desert, there's a cactus, and she goes inside of it. It's going to be more than that. I feel like the cactus is going to be a symbol of some sort, but that's all I need to know. That's all I needed to know to pick this book up in the first place. So I'm excited to get to it. Yeah, and like the blurb literally just says, a lone woman finds a cactus, then climbs inside of its fleshy walls. So looking forward to see what this is actually like an exploration of, unless it doesn't have an overarching point. I don't know. We shall see. Very excited for that. And then I want to read Mona. Oh, was this a flow on from May and not Universality? I forgot, you know. But this is Mona by Paula Oelich-Scharak. Apologies for butchering the pronunciation. This is another sort of book centering on a woman, and it's weird. That's the vibes that I'm getting. I'm getting not unhinged, but just like there's chaos involved. It's about Mona, who is a writer. Her debut was like a massive success, but she's an Indigenous Latina woman and like inhabiting kind of like a very white academic space as well as a very white publishing space. So I think it's going to delve into the tensions of that, but I think it's a satire. So she is nominated for some sort of huge literary prize. So she goes to Sweden in this little village, and she's stuck in the company of all these like literary people. They're isolated. There's supposedly some like mysterious things going on, but from what I get from the blurb, it's like, is Mona a reliable narrator? That is the question. So we are going to see what happens. I think it's going to be about kind of this sort of like literary elitism, academic elitism. Very excited for this. Also, the cover is perfection. And then another like weirdish book which I started. This is Hagstone by, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. Is it Sinead Gleeson? I hope it is. I was talking about this book to my mum because we always tell each other what books we're reading, and I was like reading out the blurb and mum's like, oh my god, I think I'm actually interested in this book, because we have slightly different reading tastes, right? So it's about this woman named Nell. She's an artist. She lives on an island, and it's quite like an isolated island. From what I gather, she grew up on this island. But there is like a commune of women called the Inians, and they're as well, like, they're also quite isolated. They don't really socialize with like the rest of the island community, and the commune asks Nell for a commission. I don't know whether this book is supposed to, like, the direction we're going in is like, oh, they're really weird, like something fishy and culty is going on, or if it's a sort of like place where Nell finds herself and grows like through this community of women. I don't know what the direction is. Like, are we going creepy and weird, or are we going like not creepy and weird, or are we going creepy and weird but also creepy and weird for the best? Like, is this like a growth thing? I'm just really interested in how the author Sinead Gleeson is like maneuvering this book, because I can't foresee what the fuck's gonna go on, and I'm really excited. So this is gonna be really fun. And then let's talk about some like crazy books that I want to read. A lot of these books on this TBR are books that I've been wanting to read for a while, but for some reason just haven't, because I am nothing but a procrastinator. I really want to finally get to Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. For some unknown reason, I have been so reluctant to pick up Not in Love or Deep End, which are the two Ali Hazelwood books that I haven't read yet. Typically with Ali Hazelwood, I pre-order her books and I read them immediately when they come out. But for these two, I haven't, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's taken me so long I don't know why I had that huge sigh as well, but I don't know why. So this is the month that I'm going to finally read this. Everyone loves it. Danny has been like very vocal. She's like, you need to read this. Hannah's also been really vocal in saying that I should read this. She doesn't understand why I haven't read this yet, so I'm going to finally read it, I promise. And also, I forgot that Problematic Summer Romance is technically a sequel to this, so I should read it. I don't really talk about blurbs, do I? Sorry. It's a romance, it's a love story, but from what I understand, this is slightly more erotic, but I don't know if I would necessarily describe it as such. I feel like, from what I've heard, I feel like sex in this book is not just sex for sex. Like, it's part of the developing relationship between our two main characters, Eli and Rue. So it's gonna be fun. Ellie Hazel, not one, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fantastic. Ellie Hazelwood always writes romance novels that I love. So I don't know why I've been so reluctant, but I'm going to get to this in June. And then I want to read this book. So this is actually relatively new to my bookshelf. I picked this up with Hannah when we went to a bookshop together. We both picked up this book because it just seemed really cute. It's The Village Library Demon Hunting Society by C.M. Waggoner, and it's about a librarian who has been like basically helping her local detectives, or like local sheriff's department, with solving murders, but no one has really like questioned as like why this tiny village has so many murders. And so you have like this supernatural like element to it, as well as the fact that you're following like a 63-year-old librarian named Sherry Pinkwhistle. Like her cat gets possessed by a demon. It sounds like a really good time. And you know what it sounds like to me? It kind of gives me the vibe. Am I coming down with something? This is fucking weird. It kind of sounds like if Thursday Murder Club did a crossover with Supernatural. That's what it sounds like. And I kind of love that vibe. So she's so cute as well. And then the other book I want to get to is Ink Spell by Cornelia Funk, but it's in the other room. I forgot to grab it. Because I got bored by Inkheart, I'm really struggling to like care about picking up Ink Spell. So we'll see if I get to that. But the last book that I want to get to is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was gay. I thought this was gonna be a gay love story. I don't think it is. I don't know. Because like you look at the cover and you just immediately think Enemies to Lovers gay. But or you think they're brothers. I mean, with Cassandra Clare, it could literally be both. But I don't know. I don't know if it's I feel like Cassandra Clare there would be a romantic element to it, but I don't quite understand who's involved. Anyway, that's not really the point. I want to read this. Why, you ask? Because, oh my God, everyone. Danny and Jackie read this book and loved it. They're friends of mine. And I think that I've heard Danny speak about this book so much. Well, not so much, but like enough that I'm really fucking interested. Like Danny gets me really excited for books. So, and like all of her recommendations have been slays. So I'm really looking forward to this. I believe that the audiobook is supposed to be magnificent. So that could be an option. But all I know is that Danny loved it, had a really good time, and was surprised by it. And like, that makes me want to read it. Sounds really, really good. So maybe I'll get to this in June. I forgot how ginormous it was though. I got the beautiful Fairy Loot edition, so it's quite frankly quite gorgeous. It's very pretty, but it's so big. Like, why Cassandra Clare? Why? Yeah, it's also signed, which is nice. Is there a map? I didn't know there was a map. Look how pretty. Okay, so this is my last book that I'm thinking of picking up in the month of June. And that's it. That's all the books that I want to get to. Not many. Like it's a lot, but not really. I wanted to keep my TBRs to not that ginormous. Can I get this done for you? You know, like they're not that much, but oh, we'll see. My June wrap up will be a really interesting video to see if I actually get to all these. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great week. Please take care of yourself because there's a lot of shit happening in the world. So take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.